Hello everyone, Bunny Operator here. Today we're going to be talking about the primary arms slash Holosun's collaborative 507C with the ACSS Vulcan Reticle. So what it is essentially it is a 507C containing a special reticle that has a 10 MOA chevron in the center, and it's surrounded by a 250 MOA circle. Now, what the circle was intending to do is essentially act as a HUD, if you will, that allows you to maintain the proper sight picture. So if you're slightly off on your sight picture, then it generally gives you a hint on what direction to redirect your aim. So if we look at it here from this distance, from the closer distance here, you do see the 250 MOA ring, but this is not the actual sight picture that we'll be using to shoot. So usually the distance here, as we're backing away, you'll start to see that the 250 MOA reticle disappears itself, and you're left with the actual chevron. Granted, it's blooming here out of camera, but if you see, if I'm slightly aiming high, then the bottom of the circle starts to show. It sort of acts like an arrow telling you to go back down. Same thing if I'm aiming too low, if I'm aiming to the left, aiming to the right. The circle itself acts as a curved arrow telling you what direction to go. So you can rotate all around and back to your aiming point here. The chevron is unique. The top of the chevron, it looks like for the BDC, we're going to talk 9mm for now, but for the 9mm section, you zero the top of the chevron at 25 yards, and then the bottom half of the tip of the chevron, so the inner point, is 50 yards, and the bottom of the chevron is 100 yards. So of course there's different calibers there, as you can see, including the rifle compensation or rifle bullet drop compensation. So it's a unique system, and I think that the advantage that we will have is really for folks who are transitioning to pistol red dot sights, and this will kind of give them a training wheels, if you will, on how to properly maintain that or present that sight picture as they're drawing or presenting their firearm to shoot. Another benefit that I can see is if we're shooting from obscure positions or non-traditional positions, that we're like, such as target shooting. If we're laying on the ground or shooting underneath objects, using barricades, or even shooting one-handed, I believe that this will help to help you find the dot a lot quicker, especially if you're on a time drill or time is of the essence itself. One of the downsides that I have found so far is that for me particularly, I have mild astigmatism. So for a red dot, I will see a minor starburst. So it's instead of a perfectly round dot. For folks who have heavier senses of astigmatism, where they see blobs or multiple clusters of stars, they may experience a little bit of issue. For me personally, with my mild sense of astigmatism here, I see a fuzzy chevron or a fuzzy lambda, if you will, but I can still make out the triangle, and I can still use the fine point as well as the BDC points that are listed on the in the reticle or in the manual itself. Now, I can imagine that somebody with a little bit more of a heavy astigmatism may see a completely different shape. They may not even see the chevron at all, or may not even be able to use the BDC. But at that point, the 250 MOA ring can still act as a HUD or as a directional HUD, telling you which section to go to line up your sight. But instead of a triangle or with BDC, you probably just see a giant blob in the middle. It looks like it was a 10 MOA aiming point. I'm not sure about the actual entire chevron itself, but you would still be able to use it as a quick dot, basically a quick reaction dot itself, with the circle itself helping you align your sight picture. So we'll see what happens over the next few weeks upon testing. We'll try from obscure positions, and we'll do some interesting testing, and then I will report back. So stay tuned, and we will see you all next time.